Okay, everybody, you're welcome. Everybody on YouTube and everybody in the Thoughts Become Things community, you're very, very welcome. I was just started my call, and hang on, we'll tap on that. Then we'll go to Instagram as well. So everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. So welcome to everybody on Instagram and welcome to everybody over on the Thoughts Become Things group. So this week, I'm taking our wonderful academy, which is full of our academy members, people who have invested in themselves, people who want to study high-level mindset on a permanent basis to get big results and big changes in their life. We study 12 lessons called the Thinking into Results program, and the last lesson is a lesson that I'm not going to delve into because we're going to do it tomorrow night in it, but not all week. Instead, I'm going to bring everybody very, very close to something that is so important for everyone who's making a decision to change their life with personal development, and that is gratitude. We're going to do it on a level that's a little bit higher than maybe buying something that's cute from Pinterest and sticking it up in your office. You know, live with an attitude of gratitude and life's going to have a beautiful meaning. You know, they're nice, they're sweet, they're very cute. You can get these things, the stickers you can put on your walls in your house, and live, love, and dream, and all these type of things. But we're going to get into gratitude on a very, very deep, very, very profound level. What you start to realize is when you see people that win very big in sport or very big in business or the Oscars or whatever, they're overcome with emotion. And the very first thing they start to do is they start being grateful. Sometimes they'll thank God. Sometimes they'll thank the love of their life or the person or the manager or the publishers or but people are overcome with gratitude because, you know, a lot of us are on this journey on our own. If we're changing our life with a mindset adjustment, we ultimately have to do it by ourselves. We have to do the work and we have to come up with a vision, but it's very hard to do it by yourselves. You'll often have a lot of these little angels that'll pop into your life. The most random people will just show up just when you need them. These little hidden guides that maybe we had a gorgeous story last week in our academy, in our full-time academy. A wonderful lady living up there in the Premier County, and she shared an amazing story on Thursday or Friday night with our client group, talking about how this boiler man came into her house and started talking about something, and she followed his little intuition, and he gave her great advice, and we were giving great advice, and some of the other clients in the academy that have formed friendships with her are giving advice. And she followed these little breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel and found their way in the dark. And sure enough, she got her goal last week, which is a great goal. We're all so proud of her. But why do people get into gratitude? Well, gratitude on a deep, deep level, we're going to study it all week on a very, very high level. And I'm actually going to use the assistance of an amazing book by the woman called Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret. And gratitude is, this is my thoughts about gratitude after studying it for the last 5 years. When we were connected to our moms, when we were in the womb, we had this umbilical cord, and it was connected, and it's our source of nutrition, our connection. Without it, we don't live. And it's eventually then we cut it when we come out of the womb, and we're now alive in the world, and it's severed. Well, I have learned that gratitude is like the umbilical cord to the universe, if that's what you like to call your spiritual guide and whatever. For me, it's God. I like God. I like saying God. Other people, they'd say different things, source and energy and all that stuff. Well, when we are grateful for what we have already got, we seem to be those people that are, oh, he's so lucky, or oh, these things always seem to happen. Luck just seems to follow them around. God, they're so lucky. Michael Jordan said about his professional career, it always seemed the harder I worked, the luckier I got. So all of this week, we're going to be digging into gratitude in a very, very deep way. And I'm going to be helping you along with some techniques and some things. And if you follow, I guarantee you'll be commenting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh my God, I'm starting to see results already. And I don't know, would you call it the sciences behind it, but I'm going to talk from anecdotal experience, is that when people start to be grateful for what they truly have now, and then start to ask for what they want, they harmonize with both. So they have the subconscious proof of the goodness they have around them. You might be exactly where you're at right now, but you've probably got food in the fridge. You've probably got a place to sleep. If you're seeing this, you're seeing it on a smart device. So you've got one of those. You're probably connected to the internet. So you've got the internet. And if you're really not finding it easy to find, look, and you're watching this in Ireland, look out the bloody window and look at that blue sky with that big yellow ball in it, and just be grateful for the weather that we have. The fact that you can hear what I'm saying is that you've got your sense of hearing. The fact that you can see this phone is you've got this sense of vision. You can find gratitude everywhere. And I promise you, when you follow what we're going to teach you today and all this week, you're going to start skipping along to a new tune. And it just seems like luck and success and great friendships, and people are just going to come out of the ground, like I say, like in Michael Jackson's movie Thriller. People just seem to come out of nowhere and just show up to help you. So I encourage you to really plug in and not have gratitude as something that looks cute on a mug or cute on an Instagram post. Gratitude is a way of living, and the people who get there, and we look at them and we admire them and we say, oh, I'd love to be like that. They always seem so grateful, but I guarantee you they were grateful first and then they got the results second. It is a very, very unique and spiritual way to live. And I promise you, if you follow a few basic techniques this week, you'll really start to see it for yourself. And a lot of people, they don't bother with personal development, or they don't try, or they don't really stretch because they can't see how they can get the results. This will give you a result. It's tangible. You can feel it. And you'll start to see it. First of all, you feel it within yourself. And secondly, you'll see it in the world around you. You'll feel happier. Gratitude is like meditation and yoga. It's been proven to really help people to almost like change the chemical equations in their body. So Dr. Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton and people like that have done tests on this. So anyway, we're going to get into gratitude in a big week. So those of you who are watching me in the academy, I'm not going to be doing lesson 12 as you would have probably thought this week. There's not a whole lot that you can put into my 4 classes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on masterminding that is going to really inspire you. I'm going to do a great job on that tomorrow night. That's not going to be here on Instagram. It's not going to be in the Thoughts Become Things community. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's going to be like a real private training on masterminding. We'll do that together tomorrow night. But for the rest of the week, we are going public with our academy. We are showing people what we do and how we do things like decision-making on a high level, persistence on a high level, looking at our self-image on a high level. But today, and for most of this week, we're going to get into gratitude on a big, big way. So where gratitude first touched my life was when I got that analogy that right now it's like I've got this, you know, these big pipes they put under the roads that carry all of this fluid and all of this big amount of stuff from A to B. That circumference, a huge big pipe, for example, is what keeps me connected now to the universe. Like when I come up with an idea, I don't worry about how it's going to happen. I make a committed decision. I want it. It's a done deal. And I open up a flow between me and the universe, and I just go, I'm so happy and grateful for all of the people, all of the money, all the situations and circumstances that you're going to help to bring into my life for this to happen. And all I'm going to do every day is stay in that attitude of gratitude. Guaranteed problems will arise. Guarantee a few bumps in the road. Guarantee somebody's going to be negative about it. Guarantee there's going to be some crap about it. No, something will happen in the papers that'll make me doubt it. Another restriction will come in that'll make me doubt it. And I go, no, it's happening for me all the time. It always does. This is brilliant, but what could be better? This is amazing. How could it even be better? I am so grateful for how this is going to work out exactly as I want it. So that's an attitude of gratitude that is really kind of dominating over your present limiting beliefs. It really propels you to the next level. So what starts to happen is you might have the tiniest little string, you know, the little strings that could be in the buttons of the shirt here. Think of the little string that you put through a needle to sew in a garment that's torn or whatever. You might have the thinnest little string that's connecting you to God at the moment, that's connecting you to the universe. It could be so thin because you don't use it that often. But if you just start today, this is what I'm going to do, because some of you who are watching live mightn't be able to stay with us for the full hour. So this is the task I want you to do. And I want you to comment on this video or just message me on Insta or message me on YouTube or whatever. 10 things. Just write down 10 things. If you want to go with 9, I love 3, 6, and 9. I love the Tesla numbers. Write down 9 things you could be grateful for. Even 3 things you could be grateful for. You could just start off with, I am so grateful that I have eyes and I can see. Write it down. And when you're finished writing it, close those eyes and go, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then move on to the next one. I'm so great of the support of my parents and my mom and dad, that they're still alive and healthy and fit. And my God, they're flying it, you know. I'll close my eyes and I'll go, thank you. And I think of my mom popping in today saying, you left your sunglasses at your sister's house. Oh, thanks, Mom. And I think of my dad spending all last week here working with a HiMac, fixing our road and digging out our shed. Thank you. Thank you, they're here. Thank you, they're alive and well. A year ago, I was so worried about them with the pandemic, and they were driving in a van and we were waving out the windows to each other. And here they are a year later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think of my wife and kids on the beach today. Thank you for the lady who's putting on Bernie and her friend Deirdre, they're putting on the summer camp in Ballinaskelligs. Thank you for them putting on the camp. Thank you that my fit and healthy children can run around in that camp. Thank you for all the friends they're going to meet. Thank you for the fact that we wrecked tonight and they might get off to bed early and me and my wife might have a bit of free time to ourselves. You get so grateful, all of a sudden that little string starts to become maybe like as thick as a shoelace. And the flow, it's like, I like to look at it this way as well. It's like really just making it a little bit fun, a little bit easier to manage. So imagine that God's up there and the angels and they're sitting on a cloud and it's like 7 billion LED lights on Earth, you know, and it's like, hang on a minute, look down here in Valentia Island, or look at Meloria, or look at Mike Murphy, or look at Niall Lynch, or look at Dusan or Nancy or Orla. Hang on a minute, they're LED lights really shining. Let's turn up the volume. Let's listen to what they're saying. All of a sudden, Orla's like, I'm so happy and grateful for all the blessings in my life. Denise is like, I'm so grateful to be here in London with beautiful champagne overlooking the Thames and in a beautiful business dress with her beautiful client. And the universe is like, oh, hang on a minute. Deirdre's being grateful in Galway. Denise is being grateful in London. And all of a sudden, that little string starts to get thicker. Now it's like a pipe that brings the water from the spring up the field into my home. The water I use for the gardens and the flowers, beautiful, fresh spring water. So grateful for the spring water flowing through the hoses that I use for my veggies. So grateful, right? When I start being grateful, it's like, oh, hang on, they're grateful. Well, I bet we better get them something else. All of a sudden, Deirdre gets a new win. Colin gets a new win. Orla gets a new win. Sharon gets a new win. All of a sudden, this little pipe starts to get a bit bigger. It's like a bigger pipe. The minute you start becoming more grateful, that conduit, that flow between you and God, between you and the universe, it just keeps getting better, and luck seems to follow you more and more and more. You become committed to great things getting greater, better things getting better, average things getting extraordinary. Gratitude is a fast track. Everyone's like, oh, do I have to do the worksheets? Do I have to do the videos? Do I have to pay for mentoring? Do I have to pay for a coach? Get into gratitude and you're going to be connected to the best coach of all. It is extremely important, but it's extremely easy to fall off guard because we are very much trained to wake up in the morning and get to the conscious mind, check the phone. You know, you wake up in a sense of bliss for a while, and then within a few minutes, you start remembering all the things that you went to bed the night before with. You know, there's this little two windows of opportunity. The window as you're going to sleep at night, and that window as you're waking out of sleep. And we start to remember, oh shit, yeah, that thing happened. Oh, I feel bad. You start becoming very connected to the familiar past. Oh yeah, I know I have this goal and I see my vision board, but I'm really only such and such. Gratitude is like taking a tablet for success first thing in the morning. So the first thing you should do is get up and read your new goal. Read the life that you're designing for yourself, and then be grateful for it. So all the clients are like, oh, Declan, thank you and your team, and you're so great and everything. And we're very, very quick to hold up a mirror and say, hang on a minute. We're only as good and we're only able to serve you to the level that we can because you're doing the bloody work. You're doing exactly what we tell you to do. And some of you guys on Instagram here and YouTube, you're not invested with us. You're not working with us. And chances are you won't do it. Like the clients have invested and they're doing the work every day. They're showing up for the 6 a.m. club. And I'm giving you a simple task of writing out 10 things and then closing your eyes, reading the sentence, closing your eyes and connecting to it and being grateful. I mean, right into your tummy, right into your heart. So much so that you'll feel like the hair stand up in the back of your neck. You'll see tears going down your face. When you get into gratitude, I swear to God, you will not ever look back. But sometimes people can. They go, oh yeah, I started that. Yeah, I started it, but I didn't do it. So our paradigm and our limiting current beliefs are a lot more strong than our new self. But there is a new self and a new person that is your biggest cheerleader. Matthew McConaughey talked about it. He was like, I'm always chasing that guy that I am a year from today. You know, this guy that I am right now and the results I have, Jesus, I look back with such thank you to a fella living in a little cottage, trying to grow his business in a little Woody's DIY log cabin with a very average internet connection and no proof that it was going to work. I look back at a very broke Declan, I don't know who, 5-6 years ago, didn't have the money to invest in himself and just said, well, I'm sick of trying this on my own for 18 bloody months. I need help. And I got a loan, I figured it out, and away we went. There is a person screaming back at you saying, would you listen to the fecker? He's telling you how to do something for free. Do it. So all this week, I want you to start off just today, a list of 9 things or 10 things if you want to be the real goody two-shoes in the class. And really just say, I am so grateful for the magnificent friends I have that work with me now on my team. Elaine, Adus and Megan, Hughie Lane, and all these people all over the country, all over the world and in New Zealand. I'm so grateful for Laura and Ernestine that helped me to run the company. Thank you. And I see them and I feel it and it just gets better and better and better. Okay, so please do that this week. That's the first task. Every single day this week, you're going to write down 9 or 10 things you're going to be really grateful for. and you're going to close your eyes and visualize them and say 3 times how grateful you are. Maybe this is something you already do. If you do, let's see the comments in the chat, okay? Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into Wallace Wattles' book, and he talks about, Wallace Wattles' book is called The Science of Getting Rich, and it's richness in love, richness in health, richness in income, richness in prosperity, richness in all aspects of your life. But what he says here is what really, one of the major things that changed my life. He says, to secure a harmonious relationship with the universe, with God, whatever way you want to describe it, is a matter of such primary and such vital importance. He says, I'm going to give some space and discussion for it here in this book. Now, he doesn't just give space and discussion. He dedicated a whole chapter, chapter 7 of The Science of Getting Rich. He dedicated a whole chapter to the importance of gratitude. He says, I'm going to give you instructions which, if you follow them, will be certain to bring you into a perfect unity of the mind of God or the mind of the universe. This whole process of mental adjustment and attunement can be summed up in one word, and that one word is gratitude. Firstly, you have to believe that there is some sort of an intelligent substance from which ideas come and all things are preceded. Everything is a thought and it becomes a thing. Once upon a time, this phone, the stand, the scissors, the cable I use for my extension cable, StreamYard, Zoom, Instagram, these were ideas in the mind of one person and they became a thing. So you believe that it's coming from a place or a source. So firstly, you must believe that there's an intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Secondly, you believe that this substance will give you everything that you desire. And that's important because if you're limiting the flow, then that's it. You can. It's inappropriate then to blame anybody else, especially like, my God, why have you forsaken me? It's inappropriate anymore if you yourself are the person that's stemming the flow, because you've got to understand that there is nothing but an abundance. I was here last Saturday morning or Thursday morning, and I had a big lump of beetroot from my garden, and I was showing the clients that the life that I live and the life that they're living, the results that they're getting from changing their mind, is no different than me having a tiny little crumb of something that felt like a piece of muesli. It felt like a piece of like granola. That's what it was. It was a beetroot seed. And I popped it in the ground. And coincidentally, when I put that beetroot seed in the ground, I was speaking to this absolutely beautiful lady in our academy. And this woman had a book hanging around there, but hadn't completed it. And on the day she'd completed it, and she knew that there was a connection that could be made between her and a very significant chain of supermarkets in Ireland and England. They have over 130 units. And she knew that she had a connection with them, and she knew there was a potential for them supporting the book. And she goes, next week I'm going to talk to them, my girlfriends, about it. I was like, what are you on about next week? So while I'm planting the beetroot, I'm on the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about next week? Ring them now. Of course, ring them now, because I know there's an infinite source of supply, and I know they'll say yes, or they'll say not now, maybe next week, but ring them now. So she had to get up the courage, and she got into it, and she called them, and sure enough, she's gotten a dedication from them and a commitment and a lot of moral support and exciting support that they are going to stock this book when it's completed in all 30 of their units in the UK and Ireland, I believe. I believe in UK as well. Amazing story. But coincidentally, I was planting my beetroot that day, and my garlic and my onions and the whole lot. Now the beetroot are taller than my daughter Joni. The stalks are huge, and the beetroot bulbs are huge, and they're beautiful. We're juicing them, and we're eating them, and we're making lots of food. They're great. But in the same way that little tiny piece of granola, that little beetroot seed, has manifested as juice this morning, and all these lovely colors and these lovely phytonutrients a matter of weeks ago. In the same way this woman's idea became a book that's now going to be stocked. You have ideas are just bursting out of you every day, and you're, oh, I can't do it. I'm only a this or I'm only a that. Look, you mightn't be responsible for where you're at right now, but you're absolutely the only one responsible for getting yourself out of that. And one way of doing it is by really understanding that gratitude is like the blood that flows in your veins. You can't do without it. You can get on without it, but if you start making this part of your life, you're going to just really see stuff happen in a big way for you. Okay? So first of all, he says that there is an intelligent substance from which all things come. Secondly, you believe that it'll give you everything you desire. I didn't get in the way of that beetroot growing. That woman and her present paradigm was trying to get in the way of her growth by saying, yeah, wait till next week. You know, I could go up and I could spray weed killer on my veggies and then I damage them. But if I just take away the weeds and water them and nurture them, they're going to grow. Same way, if you have an idea and you want it to grow, giving gratitude for them before they've arrived is like fertilizing it. It's like giving it water and shade and sunlight. You're growing your vision in the garden of your mind, okay? Third of all, you relate yourself to the feeling of the wish fulfilled from a deep, profound sense of gratitude. So, you know, you could be a hurler or a golfer or a tennis player, or you could be a professional, like a really top GA hurler, superstar like Lee Chin or what's his name, Joe Canning, or one of these people, or you could be a top golfer like the gentleman who won the Open yesterday, or Annika Sorenstam, or any of these top male and female golfers, or you could be like Ronaldo or Messi. When you can be an average soccer player, an amateur, or you can be a professional. But when it comes to goal creation and manifestation, there's a very, very level playing field, and you've got to get yourself into profound, deep, lovely gratitude to create the lovely fertile ground for your goals to grow in, okay? So many people who order their lives rightly and orderly in all other ways, these are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. So having received one gift from God, all of a sudden they cut off those wires that connect them by failing to make acknowledgement. So let's say, for example, I do have a lot of really good luck in my life, and a lot of good things have happened. I've had tough times as well, and I share that with my academy, and I share it with my team. You know, I had some tough ups and downs in the last few months in particular, family stuff, my own personal stuff, difficulties. And I've opened up my heart and shared it with people because it's a great way that I don't just say, look, do what I say. I say, look, do what I do. And I told them how I was feeling very anxious about something, and I changed it. I sought the help of an expert. I did exactly what I was told to do. I tell them how I attract some great ideas is because I get into gratitude. So when you don't get into gratitude, you do sever those wires. It's like cutting the strings of a puppet. It's just going to fall asunder. And I think when we're being really grateful, it's like, thanks for all the good luck I've gotten. He's like, you're thankful for that? Here, there's loads more, buddy. Take as much as you got. And it's the same, like that little piece of granola, that little tiny beetroot seed, that little hard, prickly seed I put in the ground 15, 20 weeks ago, doesn't make sense that there's this big, beautiful purple green stalk. That stalk was hard to break. I mean, the fibers are tight. All the juices that are coming out of it. How could that even be? It's a miracle. Well, your goals and dreams are non-physical ideas that can be miracles too. They can absolutely happen. And I don't care if you or any of your friends are like, oh, that's a lot of bullshit. Fine. Keep your results. You can have them all day long. I don't want your results. I want my clients to have their results. They want their results. The skeptics can have all of their skepticism they want. I don't really care. But what they probably do is they probably have a lot of problems in a lot of areas in their life and a lot of blame games going on. Gratitude dissolves all that stuff, like dropping a little aspirin or a dispirin into the water. It just dissolves. It just goes away. When you get into gratitude, you start to understand those negative people more. You start to release your own fears and doubts and just let them go. So listen to, and by the way, this book is over 100 years old, so it's as relevant today as it was back then. It's very easy to understand that the nearer that we live to the source of all wealth, and the more we shall receive. It is also easy to understand that a soul that is also grateful is in closer touch with God than one that never ever looks to him in thankful acknowledgement. So again, people might say universe, they might say Muhammad, they might say all different sorts of religious deities. But either way, if you're thankful and grateful to your creator of whatever religion you're subscribed to, or if you're absolutely atheist or whatever it may be, just being grateful for things, for the universe around you, it seems to just bring stuff towards you. When good things come to us, the more that we gratefully fix a sense of gratitude in our mind, the supreme being, the supreme power is going to give us more good things to receive. And the more rapidly they're going to come. In fact, I was so kind of broke and really down about myself a lot in 2013 when I started listening to all this stuff. I was living in Athenry in a house in Lambert Court. And I remember listening to Napoleon Hill on Spotify, and he was like, "Oh, divine providence, I do not wish for more riches, but mainly the capacity," and I remember he said that way, "the capacity to be grateful for all the riches I already possess." And I remember listening to that going, great effect, like, thank you for saying that, but you're rich, you're a rich guy in America 80 years ago. You can say, dear God, like, I don't want any more riches. I just want the awareness that I need to be grateful for what I have. I was like, not a hope. I want the riches. I haven't time to do the gratitude stuff. I'll do the gratitude stuff when I get the riches. And my lack of awareness didn't show me how ignorant I was for that. And I shared that with my mentor, Bob Proctor. I'll be on a meeting with him a week from today, next Monday. It's a big celebration of achievements I've had over my last few years with him. It's my 10th time qualifying for what Bob would call his inner circle. And there's a bit of a due. We're going to be having a bit of a due next Monday. And in that meeting a few months ago, because I qualified then as well, I told him, I said, Bob, you know, I believe a lot of what you teach me, obviously, but I couldn't get my head around that. Like, be grateful now for what you, I was like, I'll wait till I get it, and then I'll be grateful, like doubting Thomas in the Bible or whatever. You know, I'll wait till I can put my fingers in the holes until. So I had the cart before the horse. I did it the wrong way around. And when I started to become grateful and really, really grateful, the ideas, the energy, the marriage went up, the time that my kids went up, the time freedom, the confidence, everything started to go when I started being grateful for the small little shreds that I had. Because I was very ungrateful, but I was living in a house. I could go in on the train with my kids. I had money for the train. I could travel on a train in a free country and go to Galway City and walk around and see fucking poor homeless people there. I had a home and I was ungrateful in my home. There was people probably leaving Galway every morning and driving across to Crumlin Hospital to spend time with their child. I had my children at home with me and I was still ungrateful. There was people on, you know, Tinder and all these things searching for love. I had a woman who loves me a lot and we would get into bed every night together, wake up beside each other. A lot of people were pining for that and I wasn't grateful for what I had. I meet a lot of people who are very ungrateful for the love and the look that they have. And every single week I get on a call with my clients who are feeling a little bit stuck. And I'm helping them to understand that the attitude of gratitude is a really good way back and a very good leveler. When you get into an act of gratitude first, before you start catastrophizing what's going on in your life, honestly, guys, it's like taking your brain out of your head and rinsing it around in fresh, cool water and putting it back in again. You just seem to be that wise old person that you would look up to in life, you know. So let's look at a little bit more about what Wallace Wattle says, and then we're going to bring this in for a little bit of a close. He goes, if it's a new thought for you that gratitude, firstly, will bring your whole mind into a closer harmony with the creative energies in the universe, then consider it well. Really listen. It doesn't say it here, but I'm going to say it. Listen to this Kerry Fecker. He knows what he's talking about. Oh, thanks, Wallace Wattles, for writing that 100 years ago. The good things that you already possess have already come to you because of certain laws. Gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which all things come, and it'll keep you in close harmony with creative thoughts that prevent you from falling into competitive or disgruntled kind of ungrateful thoughts. Gratitude alone can keep you, and this is you that is listening to me right now, not the group, you. Take this very personally and listen. Gratitude alone can keep you looking forward to the infinite, and it prevents you from falling into an error of thinking that the supply of all riches is limited to those lucky ones. Anyone can grow that beetroot, you know, anyone can. I just chose to do it. Anyone alone can step out of their shadow and finally be that one person in generations of your family that says, I'm going to do what I have set out to do. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to travel the world, whatever. You can do it. And gratitude alone is the thing that keeps you looking towards the infinite source of supply. I have no doubts that everything I'm on a group with 25,000 people. I'm a polytunnel group, and I'm a fierce amateur gardener. But I can see a lot of people are very, very pessimistic. It's like they'll have a tomato with a problem, and it's like, what's wrong? What did I do wrong? It's like, you know, who said it's wrong? Like, you're just going to find your way. You know, you're going to learn. Oh, this is a disaster. They didn't work out. Sure. What about all the other things that are clearly in the background of the polytunnel that are thriving, that did work out? You know, don't be looking at what didn't work out. Richard Branson last week hit the headlines flying in his jet to wherever he went. And it's a spaceship thing. Like, he failed his whole way to be the Richard Branson that we know, Virgin Media, Virgin Atlantic, all that stuff. He failed his way all the way there. In fact, if you believe in the moon landings, if the moon landings did really happen, it's we don't know. There's all conspiracies, isn't there? What did they say in the Red Hot Chili Peppers song? Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. And the conspiracy world went mad. Do you hear what they said in the song? But if you believe people went to the moon, then it's been said that the rockets that went there failed their way to the moon. They were going off course, and an inbuilt mechanism kept bringing them back on course. If turbulence takes a plane off course, they come back on course. Well, people who are not living a life of gratitude, they're on a particular course. You're on a particular course. My clients were on that course, but now they're on a course by their design. They're not that beautiful yacht that's out in the ocean going like, where am I going to go? A yacht that's so beautifully made that costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Clooney brought one of them here to Valentia Island a few years ago. That yacht didn't show up in Galway because he aimed for Valentia. He aimed for Valentia and he showed up in Valentia. You're a beautiful, magnificent yacht. Don't be out in the ocean with some kind of a haphazard plotting of your course. Get definite on where you're going and get there. And gratitude keeps you sailing clearly towards your destination, knowing you're going to get there. When good things come to us, the more gratefully we fix our mind to supreme power, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they'll come. The reason for this is simply that the mental attitude of gratitude draws your mind closer in touch with the source of where all those good things come. I believe my plants will grow. I don't ever worry about weeds. My dad said to me the other day, I'm going 10 times with my garden next year. There's a landscape guy coming along tonight, and we're going to plant a lovely walled garden, and we're going to move some oak trees around, and we're going to really design it well, put in some ponds and meditation space, and is it a pagoda? I don't know. It's basically a wood structure so it's kind of open to the elements and kind of protected from the rain. We're going to put pegadoga or something. I don't know. We're going to put one of them up there, and that's it. It's just going to happen. I'm not going to be questioning it, but Dad was like, jeepers, I mean, there's a lot of weeding involved. I was like, go up there and look at my raised beds. There's no weeds in them. All right, okay, fair enough, buy-in. You know, I just believe it's going to work out well. Same with business, same we're going to hit our goals. It's just all we're going to work out. 3 years ago, my business partner was heading off on Labor Day in America, and she was heading off to these great lakes in Michigan. And when she got there, she knew she would lose service. And we had a target that was probably 3 or 4 months of what we'd done before. We needed to get done in a weekend. So I said goodbye to her Friday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Irish time. And I goes, look, take care. Have a lovely trip. Don't worry, I got this. Sunday night, she was coming back and all of her WhatsApp was going bing, 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 because all of these notifications were coming through. Congratulations, well done. And she's like, what the hell? Opens up her phone and there's a message from me saying, we did it. I got into an act of gratitude. I sat here in this office and I closed my eyes and I said, I'm so happy and grateful that I had packed the best conversation possible to make this dream a reality. And I let it go. I didn't stand over my beetroot seeds for the last 12, 20 days going, come on, you can do it. Forcing the weather and forcing the conditions of the soil. I'm so happy and grateful for my beautiful veggies. Myself and June and the kids are going to be juicing in a few months' time. Boom, they're there. Some failed. My garlic isn't amazing. Red onions and white onions, spectacular. Carrots, to die for. Potatoes, unbelievable. Beetroot, not so bad. But I just did it. Same thing with that lady and that goal. I just said, look, we're going to get exactly what happens. I attracted a message from a gentleman, and he had an organization with about 500 people. I got on a call with him, and I goes, how about I serve them for the next 30 days, starting tonight? So I started with a webinar, and everybody's like, we need to get this guy in our team. So I said, okay, I can get on a call with you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Irish time. Got on a call with them, got chatting to them, and I said to myself, I could feel the competitive energy rising up inside of me. If you signed all these clients up now, you'll get your goal. And I immediately stopped and I sat back and I said, thank you for this opportunity. I'm happy and grateful to serve these people to get their results. Because if I made it about me, it's the wrong energy to enroll any client. It's got to be about them. So I said to them, look, I can help you. I'll help you with a small group of your managers, about 15. How about I bring them through for a few months, see if you like me, see if they like the material. And if it's going well, I look at working with the rest of your organization. And he said, Declan, I met you in Mexico a few years ago, and you said something to me that I've never forgotten. The universe loves speed. So what are we messing around with 15 people for? How about we work with 30? And I said, is that your decision? And he said, absolutely. And he turned to his wife and she was like, absolutely. And within a few hours, we had 34 new clients. And that's how this works. I'm so happy and grateful that I've attracted the best conversation. Boom. It happened over the weekend. So she went off. I said, leave it in my hands. She went off into the forest and the lakes for the weekend. And when she came back, the deal was done. It just blew her mind. But I'd experienced it before, and I've experienced it time and time and time again. There's a vision board here. It fell off the wall. And on this vision, you'll see an auditorium. And that's going to be me and my team. And this is going to be thousands of people in our organization. I don't care. I'm not saying I don't care how it's going to happen. I just want it to happen with so much joy along the way. Everybody experiencing wonderful service from our academy. Everybody feeling they're well served. Everyone on my team feeling nurtured and supported and not left behind. The rest will follow. There's a law of cause and effect. You drop a hammer on your foot, it's going to hurt. You live in gratitude, you're going to attract the good that you desire. I wake up in the morning now and I can feel, I have a great sense of justice. And there's times I see things on my phone that would frustrate me, make me feel a bit sad that things are not being done well in the world by people. And I've had to protect myself and switch that off and just look after myself, look after my family, look after my clients and their family, look after my team and their goals and their wants and dreams, and think about how I can help them. And when I get into that energy and I get into that gratitude, I don't see that stuff anymore. I have a very strong social sense of responsibility. I'm not ignoring these problems, but I have to control the controllables. And gratitude is like the best medicine. It's so, so good. So look, I want to say thank you for everybody who's watched over on Instagram. Rima, when I see your name, it just makes me smile. Great to see you here. Hello, Kerry Holiday Homes. Oh, that's a nice name. Sandy's Authentic Voice. Nice, Sandy. That's a really good name for your page on Instagram. And for everybody here in the Academy, I can't wait to meet you tomorrow night on our 7 p.m. call. We're going to be working on masterminding tomorrow night. But today, I want you to really remember, in a mastermind, you create one or more individuals. It creates a third mind between you. And somehow, where Einstein got his ideas from, or Thomas Edison got the ideas from, or all these ideas that seem to pop into our head. Someone starts writing a song, and it's so familiar to them, they think they've written it before, or poetry. This is so familiar, it has to be somebody else's. There's a very good TED Talk by Elizabeth Gilbert, the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And she talks about the creative process of mind and thoughts becoming things. And that's what we do in the Thoughts Become Things community and on Instagram and TikTok and different things. We help wake the people up in this beautiful country of ours to say, this is not woo-woo. This is not just stuff for the United States and Canada or Australia. This is very Irish, and we're doing it very, very well in our academy. So thoughts do become things, and you got to get into harmony with the thoughts you want. Control what you can by being grateful for what you want in your life and by being grateful for all that you have. So first of all, be grateful for all that you have. Secondly, be grateful for the things that you want that are not already here. And you're going to start seeing these little green shoots, and you're going to start seeing eventually they'll blossom into beautiful flowers. And you can thank everyone else, you can thank us, but it's going to be you that made it happen. Now, how do you do it? Remember, this is day one. I'm going to pop in a few more times this week on Instagram and YouTube and the Thoughts Become Things group. The majority of time, guys, with yourselves in the academy, I'm going to be sticking to my regular schedule, but we're not going to be talking about mastermind. We're going to be really emphasizing how vital gratitude is. Okay? If your gratitude is strong and constant, the reaction from the formless substance will be strong and continuous. Never, ever turn down the volume on your gratitude anymore. Continue to turn it up. I walk around barefoot outside sometimes, and my left foot says thank, my right foot says you. When I'm walking up to the veggies, thank you, thank you, thank you. Two farmers struck a spring by accident. They went off, they plumbed it, they got a pipe going. I've tapped that pipe and I washed my car with spring water. I put spring water on my vegetables. The kids play water balloon fights with spring water. Thank you that they made an accident and hit the spring. Thank you that they plumbed it and piped it. My dad's friend is a retired plumber. He did the whole thing, and he goes, "See it as a housewarming present. Thank you for him and his generosity." Now, I get to thank him by giving him a nice food voucher for a restaurant. But you know what? That just keeps happening. That just keeps happening and keeps happening and keeps happening. So I wish it for you. I wish everybody joins us all week. If you enjoyed this video and you're on Insta, just type a little old comment there. Let us know. Same on YouTube. And we're going to be with you guys all week at the Academy as always. But remember, that main mastermind you need is between yourself and God, yourself and the universe. And keep thinking about what you want, but only after you are so grateful for every single blessing that you have right now. And if you can't find gratitude with this sunny weather, then I need to call around to the house with a big stick at this stage. There's such niceness and such goodness in this weather. So get out there and enjoy it. Guys, if you're faced with, oh, I have to do my work for Declan in the Academy, or getting outside, get outside. I'll give you a pass, because we want you to live your life. And people people really can manifest a lot and really get into the flow a lot with this good weather. It gets us going. Listen to some great music, take some great food outside with you, bring plenty of cold drinks and plenty of the old Factor 50, and have a lovely, lovely time. And I'll see you all tomorrow evening in the Academy at 7 o'clock. Okay, take care, everyone. And to everybody on Instagram, thanks for tuning in, and YouTube and all that good stuff. One of our goals is to have over 1 million followers this year. It's a goal that I've certainly put to the background. It's over halfway through the year now, so I've put myself on the hook with my clients. I always hit my goals. I put myself on the hook here with Instagram. So if you can help in any way, share what you've heard today. Say, look, I saw this fella and I enjoyed what I saw. Share our page big and wide, and let's wake everybody up around the world with this wonderful information. Okay, take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye-bye. I'll stay with you guys in the Academy for a minute.